How's it going, boys and girls? My name is Cowie and welcome back to the Carrot Club. In today's video, we're going to learn about uploading your 3D models into Studio that you have made in Blender. So let's go over step by step on how to do this. Head on over to your 3D application with the models inside. I'm using blenders in this example. So the first thing you want to do is you want to put the model in the origin so that the X, Y, Z are all 0. Also make sure that your pivot or the origin is in the center of the object so you get an absolute center. And if you have textures for this model, make sure that it is on. And then select your model and look for the export feature, typically inside of the file menu. Then look for the option called export it as OBJ. When you do that, it will bring up an export window that asks you where you want to save the file. There are a couple of things that you want to check before you actually do the export. You want selection only. This will prevent you from exporting anything else. You only want your model. And if this is not selected, you might accidentally export the entire scene. And then you want to check off materials group just in case that there are any hidden data that you need. And then for the transformation category, this is the most important part, particularly the forward and up option. What these options will do for you is it rotates your object so that it will look correct once you have uploaded inside of the studio. You notice how Blender uses Z for up? You want the up option set to Y because Roblox Studio uses the Y axis as the height. And forward means which way do you want the models to face when you are imported into Studio. In here you want -Z because that's how Studio recognizes it as being forward or being the front. And then finally, pick a spot where you want to export it, name it, and then hit export OBJ. When it is done, you should see your OBJ file at the spot where you saved it. And then the next step, we go into Roblox Studio. This is where we're going to import the model. First thing you need is to create a mesh part in your workspace. Inside of the property window, look for mesh ID. Since you haven't uploaded yet, you don't have a mesh ID. So click on the little folder on the side here and select your OBJ file. This is going to bring up a prompt asking you if you want to move your mesh. Just say yes, and you'll see your mesh on the viewport. So just a word of caution, sometimes when you upload the mesh, the texture might not be on it, so it'll just look gray like this. To fix that, you'll have to upload the texture separately. And to do that, you need to go onto Roblox website. On the top of the screen, hit the create button here. On the left-hand bar here, look for decals. Where it says find your image, click on choose file and look for the texture file. Give it a name and hit upload. Once it is done uploading, the texture should be on the list down here. Open it and copy the decal ID that is up here with all the numbers. Go back into Studio and paste the decal ID onto the texture ID property. And if you have done this correctly, your texture should appear on your mesh. And that's all you have to do. So thank you, boys and girls, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video in game or at the Carrot Club. Take care, everybody.